But I will say, and this is something I'm going to say Friday night, the liberals are worse about this. I will admit it, and we have to look in the mirror on that one.
I really like it when someone like Bill Maher speaks the truth, because a lot of liberals listen to him. And it might be surprising for them to hear a prominent liberal like Bill Maher say something that they would expect of Donald Trump. I don't necessarily care what Bill Maher says, but whether we like it or not, he has a lot of credibility. He recently did an interview with the president's daughter-in-law, Maher Trump, and he essentially admitted that Trump is right about the media, that liberals are wrong about a lot of things, and also that Trump is not the monster they make him out to be.
We do know that there were lots of Russians who were purposely putting stuff on the internet that weren't directly pro-Trump always. They were just designed to like foment anger in America. They were just things to get people fighting because they knew that the more we had this impression that things were falling apart, it was probably going to be better for the insurgent candidate.
Well, by the way, you know who else does that is China. They love to tear this country apart. They love to see us at each other's throats, just in general, but that's to enrich themselves. That's to benefit China so they can usurp us as the power of the world.
One thing we totally agree on is I love America.
Amen.
That's my team.
That's my team, too.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
And I don't give any quarter to the leftists who just constantly downgrade America. It's another reason why they hate me. I mean, this is what I said to him your father-in-law in the text. It's like, you know, if I'm so captured by the lunatic left, why did they hate me too?
God, does everyone hate you, Bill?
Everyone who's not fair. Yes, exactly.
You're all right.
That's how you know you're doing the right thing.
Maybe that's true.
I beg to differ. I don't hate Bill Maher, but I don't like him. He's not pro-Jesus, and therefore he's not pro-life, not pro-gun, not pro-anything that I think is important. But it's good to hear him say things like this.
Maybe that's
when
true.
They both have an issue with you.
Yeah.
That's also why the people who like me a lot.
Yeah.
From both sides. And the people in the middle who just have had enough of people in their bubbles. Mm-hmm. You know, I find it very frustrating that I cannot get the full story anywhere in the old media. It's very, I love the new Free Press. Mm-hmm. My girl, Barry Weiss, who started that. Now she runs CBS.
Yeah.
And, you know, you're seeing a change there that's more fair.
I think that's very positive.
I mean, I've been very tough on the media and
Do you like
their biases, and I cry no tears. We're losing NPR and PBS.
Yeah, don't cry any tears over that.
I don't.
No, I think that's probably better.
I don't.
Sincerely, good on him to say that. Because these liberals are losing their minds over the Trump administration cutting funding for NPR and PBS and the other fake news organizations. They have a left-wing bias, and they've been lying for years. The only thing we might miss is like Curious George and Sesame Street, but come on, we don't care.
Do you like the independent journalists? Probably better.
I don't. I don't know why you need the Kennedy Center.
Do you like the independent journalists in the press room?
What does that mean?
That means
in your press room?
Yeah, in the White House press room.
Well,
not mine, but, you know. Maybe one day, Bill, we'll all keep the Trump train running. Everyone would like that.
Ooh, okay. We all love the new media seat. I actually applied to that. Safe to say they haven't gotten around to it. Probably because I'd be asking about the 2020 election and if Pam Bondi's going to lock anyone up. Here, Bill Maher goes even further on criticizing his own side.
One of the things we have to correct in America is people should not have to feel bad about living in any part of the country where their politics isn't the majority. And that works both ways.
I agree.
Like, you didn't feel comfortable there, and that's wrong. And look, I never stop ragging on liberals and woke people, not liberals. I'm a liberal. These people are different. For just being fucking snobs. This is the I won't eat with you at Thanksgiving people. This is the no contact thing. But, you know, lots of liberals wouldn't be comfortable at a NASCAR rally either. I mean, there are places where, but I will say, and this is something I'm going to say Friday night, the liberals are worse about this. I will admit it, and we have to look in the mirror on that one. We are just worse at the snobby thing, I don't know any conservatives who don't at least talk.
Right.
You know, Now, maybe that's because you won. Maybe that's because it's easy.
There was a time where we didn't.
And you still came. It's true.
Yes, there was a time we didn't.
They're happy warriors. I remember that term when I was a kid. Like, that was somebody who was like, and that's what Republicans usually are. They're happy warriors. They come there. And you see, I don't pull my punches. They take their shots like a man.
Yeah.
You know?
That's a powerful admission. We love to engage even with people with whom we disagree. Unlike the tolerant left that says, we're all about everybody. It's a diverse, and you're invited here. Unless you have different ideas from us, then we want to shoot you, literally.
Did you ever see Dean Phillips talk about going to a Trump rally?
Dean Phillips. You mean the guy who challenged Obama?
Primary Joe Biden.
Obama? Yeah.
He was trying to run, as a Democrat for president in 2024.
Yeah.
And he was out doing some sort of campaign stop. And he says right across the street, there was a Trump rally. He was like, you know what? I'm just going to go over and check this out. And he went over and he said, you know what? It was very different than I anticipated. I told people who I was. I told people I was a Democrat. And people were like, well, come on in and check it out. And he said it was actually so different than anticipated.
Meanwhile, Kamala Harris was telling people who yelled Christ is King that wasn't the place for them.
Because it's advertised as some sort of a good old boys, an angry group of people who, you don't come in here, no, we don't like your kind. That's not at all what it is.
I think I have 2 more clips to show you, but before I do that, I have a story that I want to share about my experience with liberals, So I was in Arizona in a place called Queen Creek, and I think that's where Sheriff Joe Arpaio is from. And I was at this park, this was in 2021, recording interviews with people, asking them about if they knew what was going on in Maricopa County with the audit and everything that was going on back then. And I was interviewing all sorts of people, different ages, and it seemed like everyone I talked to understood exactly why the audit was happening. They were all very open. They were like, hey, look, some things happen. And if there's something there, then it should be investigated. Did a few interviews. The conversations went like that for like an hour. And then out of nowhere, I approached this older couple. And to be completely honest, I always thought older people were more conservative on average. I thought it was the young people that vote liberal, but all the young people I'd spoken to pretty much understood exactly what I was saying about the election. Then I give the mic to this older couple, and oh my gosh, it was like all hell broke loose. They were literally using MSDNC talking points. They were getting agitated at me for asking basic questions. My mood completely shifted. It's the way they spoke, man. I would ask, hey, do you guys know what's going on with the audit? And they'd answer in a very condescending way, like, if you're even questioning the election, there's something wrong with you, that kind of method. It was just so weird. And the funny thing is, they weren't even from Arizona. They were from New Jersey or something. That's the first time I encountered someone with TDS. Anywho, here's Bill Maher describing his interaction with Trump.
I sure dropped everything and went there when I got invited.
You did, but I heard that was a great dinner. I love this. I was looking at this earlier.
You know what that is, right?
I do know what that is.
Did you hear my report on that?
Tell me.
Even when there's a lot of things we don't agree on, and there's certainly a lot of things your father-in-law does that I don't like, and he has let me know.
I'm sure he has.
Oh, yes. But, but here's the difference. I'll tell you the difference. Mm-hmm. When I went there, I brought that is a page of 56 different, just the mind of a man who could come up with those many off the top of his head. I know, this is, of course, over many years.
Of course.
But still, it's just like, I couldn't come up with that many variations if I tried.
Very creative. He's very creative. Yeah.
No mojo, nervous, low-life dummy, so-called comedian, not a smart guy, better than Sominex, fired like a dog, dumbass. I mean, he was nice right away. This is what the left hated, that I would not lie and say that, I said, a crazy person doesn't live in the White House. A person who plays a crazy person on TV sometimes, I think, lives in the White House. But, this is what many people have reported, but we went after the Oval Office, and he showed me every inch of that White House, I must say.
Oh, he's very proud.
Very proud.
First of all, he's very proud to be in the White House. And he appreciates the history there and what it all means so much.
Oh, boy. Which is funny, because when he first got there, the report, I don't know if it was true, maybe you know, was that he said, it's a dump.
Oh, my God, of course not.
Never said that?
No.
That certainly was in the press.
Well, you mean everything out in the press is
No, absolutely not. But I'm just saying that's
No.
like a living quarters section is such a big palace.
Beautiful.
But I had been in the other side, the working, and that is small.
It's smaller than you
it's
would
old.
think.
It's the rooms, and there was mice and like lots of. I thought, well,
whoa, we have mice at the White House? Mr. President, you need to issue an executive order now. No freaking way we're gonna have mice at the White House. How dare those rats? Did they cross through the southern border too? Did Hunter Biden bring them in when he brought his Coke? To summarize, Bill Maher and Trump had a great time together. Then Lara Trump ended up inviting him for another dinner at the White House. Thanks for admitting the truth, Bill. You're late by like 10 years, but, better now than never, right? Thank you all very much for watching. God bless and goodbye.